Hi, my name is Stacy Abrimi, and this is ORLD 2000. This is my presentation for my Fortune 500 company. I selected United Parcel Service, or UPS, and I selected that for personal reasons. My first encounter with a UPS driver was when I was about 5 years old on the farm that I grew up on. My dad was a crop farmer and we were getting parts all the time. So Jim became very good friends with my parents, would sit down, come in the house and chat. And before we knew it, he was an extended part of our family. In spite of all of the cost increases over the past year and the projections that UPS would be down, they netted $2.58 billion in the third quarter. So I believe that they are doing something right, and I believe that that has something to do with their SWOT analysis. UPS has a SWOT analysis that definitely keys in on their strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. Some of the things I just want to pull out really quickly that I thought were interesting. As far as a strength goes, it's their excellent customer service. As far as a weakness goes, it's right now. Right now, anytime after Thanksgiving and basically into the first week of January is called peak. During peak, they have that huge influx of packages, so this hinders their normal package delivery. So to be able to alleviate that, they have to hire extra help. They have to rent other vehicles and do whatever they can to make sure that they have their normal customers taken care of and all of these extra packages. As far as opportunities go, the one thing that really stood out to me is this expanding to a 7-day delivery like their competition. I do see everyone out but UPS on a Sunday, and I believe this has to do with their union contract. They are part of the Teamsters. As far as threats go, these three are pretty important, and every business has competition. That's not unique. But I will say the over-reliance on one customer, Amazon. So what Carol Tomei, the CEO, has done to sort of brace themselves for that change one day is she has put a limit on the amount of business that they take from Amazon. This actually allows them to focus on other customers and focus their business on different areas so that one day when Amazon does pull out completely from UPS, UPS will be fine and strong as ever. The last thing that I saw in here was the threat of strike. So UPS, they are part of the Teamsters. Every 4 to 5 years, there's a new contract drawn up. Based upon the voting of that contract, they will either strike or not strike. And they have a contract due this year. So we shall see what happens this August. Some of the highlights that I thought were very interesting with the company, their technology is amazing. They spend $1 billion on it every year, but it's the type of technology, everybody's working with drones, but it's some of the other technology, the beacons that they use for their misloads, the alternate fuel that they're working on for their planes, the trainers that they have for their pilots and their drivers. I mean, it's all amazing. You would just never believe that a package company would be so forward thinking and futuristic thinking. It's pretty amazing. A recommendation for investing in this company, I say yes. I say a big yes. The stock share is $184 today. Obviously, the whole overall market is a mess. But I noticed that the UPS stock is actually on an uptick. It actually gained 0.46 today, which is great, and it gained, I think, 2.84 over the last 5 days. So my suggestion is if you ever afforded the opportunity to buy in it, UPS is not going anywhere, and they are the company to invest in. I learned so much about the company through this research. The history was really interesting. I always love the history of any business, but how the uniforms got their color, why their dress code was the way it was for so long, and how the first female CEO came in and she basically changed all of that. And based on that, she's improved employee satisfaction so much. It's quite amazing. This company just blows me away. I will say the area I could have improved on is more time. I feel like I only scratched the surface with this company, and that if I could have had more time, I could have found even more, and we could have broken down the categories even deeper on what our papers were over, because there's just so much to cover with this company. And where do I see myself in the future? I believe I'm going to stay in leadership in healthcare. It's what I've done for, well, almost over half of my life now. That's where I see myself academically. I'm not really sure. I like the role that I'm in. I don't really know that I want to go up the ladder anymore. I'm not really sure about that. And then personally, based on everything I learned about the stock market, and I actually talked to my broker this week, yeah, I'm going to keep him around. I think he's way better at this than I am. Anyways, I hope that everyone learned something from my presentation, and thank you very much.